What is up, fishing world? Tackle Tip Tuesday, my favorite day of the week. It's where I drop some tips for you to help you land more bass, catch more fish, hopefully. Again, I'm just a regular guy who likes tournament fish. Regular guy, I just love to fish, and I want to share with you guys what I know from the years of experience that I've been fishing and share it with you guys. So, last week's video we talked about the Palomar knot. This week on Tackle Tip Tuesday, as you can tell from the title of it, we're talking all things Pitzen. That's right, we're going to talk about the Pitzen knot, the Double Pitzen knot, and a sneaky thing I do with the Pitzen knot to help you get it through grass without getting all that stuff caught in it and all the grass just caught in your knot. So something that I've learned over time. I actually saw it somewhere a long time ago. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it when they do the Pitzen, but little sneaky secret. So stick around towards the end and you'll see that sneaky secret that I like to use for my Pitzen knot. So let's talk about the Pitzen knot. So the Pitzen knot is a strong knot. Don't get me wrong, it is a strong knot. So if you're looking at the fishermen out there, there's some YouTubers that swear by the Pitzen knot. I like the Pitzen knot. It's super easy to tie, and it is a strong knot. So first off, we're going to talk about the single Pitzen knot. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this little guy right here, and I'm going to tie a regular Pitzen knot. So, and again, this is the way I tie it. There's another way to tie it, but this is by far to me the easiest way to tie it. So you take your line, go through the eyelet, okay, pull it up. You want some good tag line, so you're going to pull it up. And what I do is I usually pinch it right about here. So about 6 or so inches up the line is where I usually pinch it. I take this tag end down, and then I just wrap it. I wrap it once, twice, 3, 4, yeah, we'll go 5. 5 times. And you take that tag in, you go through this bottom loop right here. Come on, Butterfingers, you could do it. Through that tag in, kind of pinch it with my other one, pull it up, and then where you had pinched it up at the top, go through that loop. Again, pinch those 2 lines together, grab it down here by your eyelet, and slowly start pulling it. And at this point, this is where you add the lubricant. Just get it a little moist, and then you tighten it down, let go of that tag in, slide it down, and then you just cinch it up. I use my fingers to help cinch it. It's all cinched up. You got that little V. That's how you know you did the Pitzen right. You'll have a nice little V when you're done. And then you just clip your tag end right off. There you have it. Very simple Pitzen knot. So again, you just take your line, go up the line, pinch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could stop at 4. I like to do 5. Does it help? I don't know, but in my mind, it helps, so I do 5. Then you go through that little rabbit hole, through the rabbit hole on top, pull it, moisten it, slide it down, tighten it up, Pitzen knot is done. So, pretty simple knot to tie, easy to tie on the kayak, easy to tie quickly, especially if you break off and they're firing off and you need to get back in there quickly. It's a quick, strong knot to tie, to throw it out there, and you are back in the game. Now, the Double Pitzen. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to tie the Double Pitzen knot. Now, one thing about the Double Pitzen knot is it has the same knot strength as a Palomar knot. And how do I know that? Well, Bass Fishing HQ, done by Tyler Berger, about a year ago, he did a knot testing strength. He did a knot strength testing run with all these different knots. And he was surprised to find out that the Double Pitzen had the same knot strength as the Palomar knot. So again, if you're using, like I said, I use braided line, Palomar knot. When I'm using fluoro or mono, I will use a Double Pitzen to have that same knot strength as a Palomar knot. Now the double Pitzen, when you're done, you're going to have 3 tag ends. You're going to have 3 little pieces sticking out. So that's the only downside to it if you're looking at it is, man, this thing's ugly. It's got these 3 appendages sticking out. Just trim them up. You'll be fine. So it's really, really good. Now, there is a knot that tested stronger. It's called like the San Diego Jam. It's a little bit more complicated. I'm on the kayak. I'm looking for ease. I'm looking for something simple. And to me, the Double Pitzen is another one that is super simple to tie. And so let's just jump right in and show you how to do the Double Pitzen. So just like you would the Palomar knot, you kind of go through the eyelet. Okay, then you go back through the eyelet because, again, Double Pitzen. So you go through the eyelet again. All right, so now the loop becomes like the tag end that you had before. So you need a pretty good length of a tag end. You need a little bit more line. Okay. If you didn't know, I have a spool hanging off the ceiling. All right, so again, I'm going to come up. I'm going to pinch off where I need to go. Need a little bit more to wrap. So then I have, get back up here, buddy. All right, so I have, again, this loop way up here. I'm going to grab all of these pieces together. Then I have this right here, and I'm going to wrap it like I did before. 1, get my finger out of the way. 2, this one's kind of better if you just kind of hold it and then twist. 3, 4. Now this one I usually just do 4, okay, just because it's a big knot. So then I take that, again, come back through. You got this little bottom piece here, slide it through. It helps if I get them both. There we go. And then come back up. This one. Now, when you come back up to the top, you got to go through both loops. So you go through both loops, grab them, just like before, cinch them down, wet it up, and then start sliding this guy down. You got all these tag ends, you gotta slide it down. All right, so when they're all slided down, you're gonna have this loop and then this other one, and these are all your tag ends, okay? So again, just make sure it's nice and tight. It's there. These tag ends right here are gonna get cut. Cut it off there. Cut it off there. And there you have it, a Double Pitzen. And again, just as strong as a Palomar knot. Now, why is it just as strong? Because again, you got double line running through your eyelet, so you have twice as much line on that eyelet as you normally have. And that's what gives the Palomar knot and the Double Pitzen all of its strength. Now again, even with those 3 tag ends, it's not that big of a deal. Sorry. It's not that big of a deal if you have them sticking out. And again, you can cut them up shorter. They're not going to slide. They are in there. Actually, with this one, I tend to, again, depending on the line test you have, you'll probably bend your hook out before you break that knot. So, the Double Pitzen. Just as strong as a Palomar. Great knot, especially if you're throwing swim jig, or you got a heavy Texas rig and you're throwing it through some junk. Just for the added precaution, that's when I'll throw on that Double Pitzen knot, just to have that little extra security getting through that heavy vegetation, just to make sure when I hook that fish, I can get them through that junk and get them to me. Or if I'm around a lot of wood and trees and I know I got to turn their head and get them to the boat, A lot of times that double Pitzen will work because it'll let me, with that fluoro, allow me to turn their head and get them to the boat and get them in. All right, guys, so that's the Pitzen. That's the double Pitzen. Now, let me tell you something that I do with my single Pitzen, and I'm going to tie it for you real quick. So we talked about vegetation. So we talked about when you're bringing, let's say you do have, lighter wire or lighter swim jig, and you're bringing it through grass, especially grass, not the heavy lily pads that you got to like rip and tear through, but you just have some grass, and you have, that annoying grass when you're pulling your baits through, and that grass, it gets caught on the knot because you had that little V, and when you get it there, you're picking the grass out, then you're casting it back out, and you're reeling in, then you got the grass, and you're picking it off of your knot. So there is something you could do with your Pitzen knot to help mitigate how much grass is on there. So this is the sneaky secret, the trick that I do to do that. So again, you'll tie your normal Pitzen knot. And again, I'm not doing this on the double Pitzen. There's already enough tag ends. You don't need to be worried about all that. So coming up, go up my line, pinch it. Okay, wrapping around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, going through the hole on the bottom, through the hole on the top. Grabbing it, well, kind of grabbing it, maybe grab it, there, we got it. All right, start tightening it up, wet it. All right, as I start pulling it down, I kind of stop about here with that little loop right there. Then I take this tag in, and what I do with it is I take it, I kind of unwrap it so it's not all twisted, because it does get twisted. So I untwist it, and then I take it and tuck it into that hole. So I take it and tuck it in that hole, hold on to it, pull it through, and then tighten my knot. Make sure that Pitzen knot's tight, tag end's right there. And then, if you notice, where's my tag end facing? Towards the back. It's not facing out anymore. So then I trim it up. Now, when I'm bringing this knot through the grass, you don't have that tag end here or here catching that grass. That tag end now is back here, and it's underneath. So it's going to catch less grass. So that is my sneaky little Pitzen secret so you don't get caught on grass. Now, do I do that every time? No, just when I'm around a lot of vegetation, grass, and stuff like that. If I'm around rocks, wood, stuff like that, really don't care that the tag end's sticking out. It's not going to get caught on anything. It doesn't really help anything. So, all right, guys, that's the Pitzen knot. That's what I use for fluoro. That's what I use for mono. There is another knot I use that I use for a long, long time. And maybe in the next week's video, I'll show you that other knot. I think it's a little bit stronger than the Pitzen knot at times, but it is a little bit more complicated to tie. So because of the complication, that's why I switched back to the Pitzen knot, because it is a strong knot. It works, and you don't break off that often. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Comment down below. Do you use a Pitzen knot? Or do you use a different knot for your fluorocarbon line? Let me know down below your thoughts, and also comment down below. Is there another knot that you've been wanting to learn to tie that you'd like me to do a video on? Comment and let me know. And I'm pretty sure through everything that I've done in my life, I've tied just about every knot that's out there. So let me know if there's another knot you would like me to demonstrate. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you can, get out and fish and catch some bass. All right, guys, until next Tuesday, have a great one.